Hi viewers, silver premiums are a much talked about topic at the moment, and I thought I'd like to cover that in today's video. You know, why some silver pieces have a lower premium than others and why some are astronomically high. And I'm sure many veteran stackers out there will have already fathomed this out themselves. So anyway, let's start with silver bars, which is usually the lowest premium you can get. And the reason being is obviously they're produced by private companies, and they can just strike as many as they want. There's not a massive great load of work goes into the artwork or the dies, and they just stamp them out. Now, the 1 ounce bars will have a higher premium than the 10 ounce bars, because obviously they are not only more work to produce 10 of these, or 10 of those, but also they jack up the premium, because it's more likely that people are just going to be buying one or two of these bars, which then makes more work for the person selling them. You know, and it's less likely to be selling sheets of 10, but even if they do, they're still going to charge a premium, because obviously they've had to strike 10 pieces rather than one. So anyway, it's good to have, I think, good to have some weight in your stack. But, you know, like these NTR and A-mark bars, they are low premium bars, whereas the things like the Scottsdale stackers, because they're more collectible, because people like to stack them, they do have a little bit more of a premium on them. Now, the thing to remember about, you know, if you're just stacking large bars, is you've got to think about the future liquidity of them, because, you know, selling say spot today is £20, so I'd probably try and get 230 for that bar. So there's a lot less people who would have £230 than there are would have £25 for one of these. 10 people, I could sell them, you know, one bar each, £25 each. So it is something to you know, bear in mind. Liquidity of the bigger bars, there's less buyers for them, and that is part of the reason they have the lower premium. And then of course you do get on to more collectible 10 ounce bars, which obviously do have a higher premium, like this Gesopper bar made from recovered silver. Again, you know, you are going to have a limited buyer market for pieces like this, whereas that you're just buying for weight. This is more of a collector piece, you know, and you're going to want a collector willing to pay maybe £280 for that, compared to 230 for that. Anyway, going on to other low premium silver, whether I think these are still around, the Noah's Ark. This is 10 years old now. Dug it out from the deep stack the other day. These are a low premium piece, and you know, they look nice when you get them, but they soon deteriorate, which this isn't great, this one. It's certainly not on par with Perth Mint products. In fact, I wouldn't say it was on par with the Eagles either. But and obviously you can get more vintage pieces, low premium, like these Austrian Thalers. These are a bullion device, even though they're 833 silver. I've bought many of these over the years, you know, for their melt price, or melt related price. Might have been charged £1 or £2 over melt. Now, moving on to what was once low premium silver for all of my American friends. Well, and here as well, I used to buy these at my LCS for literally £1 or £2 over spot. This 2020, and he used to sell the cased proofs for the same price as the raw. It didn't matter what it was, whether it was in a box, whether it was like that. They were all the same price. All of mine went in trades to my friends in the United States because I was getting them cheaper here than they could get them over there. Now these are the last two Eagles I actually bought because the premiums on them have just gone absolutely crazy now, and I really can't explain it because it's not just in the US, it's here in the UK the premiums on them are silly. I mean, if anyone has, you know, some kind of explanation what you believe to be the reason they've jacked up the premiums on Eagles, you know, do feel free to let us know in the comments. I'm sure everyone would like to know because I can't really explain that. On the other hand, I can explain why premiums on Mexican silver have gone absolutely crazy, because it has caught the eye of collectors, and people have just suddenly got into Mexican silver, whether it's the proofs or the you know, the BU or even the older Libertads. It's just become very, very popular, and basically the demand has grown for anything Mexican, and you know, even proofs, or my Marasupa that I got from Silver Siren some years ago. It's yeah, it's just become very popular, and huge demand for anything Mexican at the moment. So one of the reasons some silver has a higher premium is obviously, like we just mentioned, proof coins, because it takes a lot more time to prepare the dies, and obviously they check the coins over, and they're usually a limited mintage. So these all, any proof coin always has a higher premium for those reasons. Now, unfortunately, as time goes by, proofs, not all proofs maintain their value. Some of them lose their value drastically. For example, these New Zealand coin sets that I used to pick up from my LCS, they literally would have a shelf full of them. And these sets only contain one silver coin, which is that one in the middle. And so I would literally buy this whole set for the melt value of that coin plus a couple pound premium. So not all proofs you know, maintain their value, unfortunately, and predicting which ones will and which ones won't is a very hard guess, in all honesty. You know, I would never have guessed that Mexican Libertads would suddenly become so sought after. Now, another reason some coins have you know, a higher premium is because they're a lower mintage. So even though these aren't proof coins, they are a limited mintage of 10,000 from obviously a very well-known mint, the Perth Mint. So very popular and a low mintage. So they you know, are issued with a higher premium, and you know, seem to keep that premium going. Now, another reason some coins have a higher premium, I mean, I don't think the premiums on the Privateer series were horrific to start with, but because basically it's a series and people like to collect things, they like a whole series of something. I think this was the last in the series, and I've got a feeling it was actually struck by a different mint, because I think the original one went out of business. So yeah, series of anything kind of draw an audience, you know, whether it's Somali elephants, you know, that change their design every year. People want one of every year, or koalas. You know, so all those things, you know, do attract a premium. Although I don't think the Somali elephants were that horrific of a premium when they were issued, if I remember rightly. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have them if they would. They must have been affordable, otherwise I wouldn't have a bunch of them. Now obviously the other thing you may be aware of is that vintage silver has seemed to be caught in the limelight as well, like this Hoffman and Hoffman unicorn. Anything vintage seems to be quite popular now as well. Again, it's just by demand, you know, people have suddenly become interested in it, and the demand grows, and up go the premiums with it. Now obviously there are very high premium coins which you know, they're very nice to collect, but you certainly wouldn't want to be stacking them, I don't think, because you know, a lot of these very fancy pieces, nice as they are to have as a collector, they are not, I don't think, going to perform as well as many other pieces. But you know, I started off a collector, became a stacker, so I'm a collector stacker. So now and again I do like to you know, pick up pieces that I collect, and I don't intend for them to financially benefit me. I buy them because I like them, but obviously other pieces I buy because I think in the future I'll do well on them. Anyway, I hope I've shed some light on silver premiums, and you know, obviously do share your thoughts down in the comments. You know, what you think about stacking 1 ounce in comparison to 10 ounce or bigger. What you think the premium should be on ASEs. You're probably all going to say the same as me. Probably about $4 or $5 it should be, and not 10, 20. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Bye.